Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the presentation group in the Timesavers 3 tab of the Timesavers add-in. The presentation group allows you to export your presentation as a PDF while preserving the links, but I have added a few other features to it as well that you can use. So first of all, I'm going to show you this new feature over here, which is great for adding a product catalog or a you may also like page to your product. So I'm going to start off by if you look over here, there's the top button over here, which is going to allow us to tag covers as products that we want to advertise. And then if you look at the drop down over here, you have the option to add a product placeholder. And then you can also check and reset, and I'm going to show that to you. But first I'm going to start off with the product placeholder. This button over here, the product one, is the one that you'll be using the most often. That's why I have put that over there at the top. But this is also one that we're going to use to start off with. So I'm going to put in my product placeholder. You can see over here it has added a shape. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, like that. And I'm going to duplicate it. And then I'll take both of those and duplicate them, and I'll put them over here. So I'm going to have space for advertising 4 different products on this page. Okay, so now that I've got my product placeholders in place, I can go and start tagging my shapes. Okay, or my covers. So what I'm going to do is I've already put all my covers here of products that I might want to advertise in another product. So if you have already prepared that, then you can, if you look here, you can see that I have already linked all of them. Now, if you notice, I haven't actually put any UTM links or UTM codes in here because I have added another feature over here that allows you to add UTM codes right here in PowerPoint. Okay, so I haven't bothered with adding UTM codes because I can do that when I want to. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just to show you how to tag your products. So I am going to choose, say I want to advertise that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. So I can choose any of the products that I want to advertise. And I'm going to go and click on this button over here, which will tag each of those as products. Now, if I want to check what products I have tagged, and also if I want to check where they will be placed, then I can go over here and click on the Check Products button. And then you can see over here, this product is going to be placed in that position. They're both numbered 1. This product is going to be placed in that position. This one is going to be placed in that position, and that one will be placed in that position over there. When the presentation is saved as a PDF. This will only work, obviously, if you are using the Export PDF button, or if you are using this Export PDFs in Timesavers 4 as well, it'll work. But if you just save as a PDF normally from PowerPoint, it obviously won't work because it requires my add-in to actually do it. Okay, so now I'm going to go and uncheck that. And I also want to show you, you can also add product placeholders on another page as well. You don't have to have the product placeholders only on the page that you have got your covers. So if you wanted to have a special one where you are advertising a bundle that your product is part of, then you can do that. And then you would obviously just need to choose another product to advertise, so whichever one you are wanting to advertise. So let me just see what I've already got. Okay, so I've already got those ones, and I will if I'm advertising this one, say for instance, then I will just select that and I will tag it as a product, and now you can see that that is product number 5. It will then be placed in the position of that one over there. Okay, so when we save this as a PDF using the add-in, these covers will be moved into the positions of the placeholders that they correspond to. Okay, and then you can now save this. I'm going to go and uncheck this, and you can save this as, in this case I've saved it as a product catalog, so I would save it, and then I would keep that on the desktop because then it's easy to just go to it, copy the slides and paste them into any product that you're using, and select whichever covers you want to advertise, and then when you create the PDF, it will automatically put those products in place on your slides. Okay, so I'm still going to show you that. But before I do that, I want to show you the UTM codes. Okay, so now, say you want to add your UTM codes for each of these products. Now, when you are adding your UTM codes, if you export the PDF, it will only add the UTM if you have added a source and a campaign for a particular cover. But you do not have to add them both at the same time. So like in this case, I would take each of these covers and I would add the campaign information. And then when I am creating my product, I could then add my source information to make it more specific to the product. But the campaign information could be specific to the link that is actually being clicked. So I would, over here, I would say link to fractions clipart mega bundle. So then for that cover, if somebody clicks on the link, then this over here would be the campaign that would show up in my TPD stats. If I have added a source of, actually I'll do the sources later. Okay. Then I can also over here reset products to remove all of the product tags. So now I click on that, and now if I go and check my products, you'll see that there are no products that have been tagged anymore. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go and add all of the campaign information for each of these, and then I will come back. Okay, so now I've added all of my UTM campaigns to each of my covers. Now the reason that I added them here is because they have now been saved with those covers. So every single time I use these pages in any of my products, and I select any of these covers to use as my products that I want to advertise, then I don't need to redo those campaigns every time. So they are now tagged to those particular product covers. And obviously I can go and replace the images if I want to, and if I change my covers, then I can do that, and the tag will still apply to the new cover as well. So now that I'm done, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to close it. Because now I want to actually move this onto my desktop, because I want that to be nice and easy to access anytime that I want to, so that I can easily just copy those slides into a product. So now I'm going to show you an example where I'll be doing a product. So I have a product over here. If I open that over there, here is my product that I'm ready to now save as a PDF. Okay, so I've got my cover, I've got my terms of use, and so on. But now I want to go and put in my product catalog over here quickly. So I'm just going to go and copy these pages, and I will paste them after my terms of use here, because that's where I want them to be. And now that I've pasted them there, I can go and I can tag any of these products that I want to advertise in this product that I'm preparing at the moment. So I'm going to go over here, and first I'm just going to check, and remember I did actually, before I saved before, I did reset the products, so there weren't any that were already tagged. So now I can go straight ahead and I can go and add my products. Okay, so I'll tag my products. So say for instance I wanted to advertise this product and that product and that product and that one and that one. Okay, now the last one that I tagged will be that one that will appear on number 5 over there. So I'm going to go and tag those as products. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to uncheck this, and now I want to go and add the UTM source. Now this is going to be very quick to do. I'm just going to go and select all of these, like that, and I will add the UTM source to all of them at the same time. So now this would be the name of my product, or whatever it is. So I could say, in this case, this happen. These products that I have got as examples over here are not logical to be advertising in the product that I'm working with at the moment, but this is just for showing you what's happening or how to do this. Okay, so in this case, this is my equivalent fractions matching game. So and it is my terms of use. Terms of use. There we go. So now, if I take any of these products, I can go and check the UTM links by clicking on this button over here. So I've selected that Dice Clip Art Mega Bundle, and I can click on here to check, and now you can see that my source is equivalent fractions matching game terms of use, and my campaign is linked to Dice Clip Art Mega Bundle. Now obviously you can use the source and campaign however you want to. That is how I do it, but my way is not necessarily the right way or the only way. Okay, so every single one of these products has now got a source and a campaign because I added the source for all of them at the same time. And I have already tagged the products that I'm going to be using. So now I can go ahead and create my PDF. Before I do that though, I want to show you this button over here. It's not one that I'm actually going to be using in this example, but I just want to show you how it works. Sometimes you may have a reason that you need to add transparent shapes on top of linked shapes with the links of the original shapes. So say for instance, you've got a shape over here that has a link and you want to have transparent shapes put on top of all of these different shapes that have links. To do that, all you need to do is click on this button and it will automatically add those transparent shapes on top of everything for you. So now if I go and click on this, you can see if I move that, it is now a transparent shape, and that transparent shape has the same link as the original image that I had over there. So I'm going to undo that, and now if I go and click on remove over here, it will remove all of those transparent shapes. Now if I click on there and move it, it moves like normal because those transparent shapes aren't there anymore. So that is something that could be useful for you, so that's why I added it. Somebody did say that it was something that would be useful for them. That's why I added it. Okay, so now I am ready to go and export my PDF. Before I do, I just want to go and check that my contents page is up to date. At the moment it's not, so I'm just going to update it. And now I am ready to go. So now I'm going to go and click on the export PDF button. But before I do that, let me just show you this over here. I have an option in the flatten presentation group to select if I want my PDF to be flattened when I export it automatically without me having to flatten it first. This option will only be available to you if you have got the license for the flatten presentation group or the license for the whole add-in. If you have, then this will be enabled and you will be able to select that. If you do not have the license, then this will not be enabled. But in this case, I have enabled it. I do have obviously the license, and I have checked that option because I want to flatten my PDF when I export it. Okay, so I'm going to go and click on the export PDF button. Now you can see that it is bringing up this message asking what resolution I want to use for the backgrounds, and that's because I have this flatten PDF option selected. So it's going to be flattening my PDF or flattening my presentation before it exports it as a PDF. So I'm just going to keep the resolution as what is suggested over here and click on OK. So at the moment it's busy exporting all of the backgrounds and getting ready to actually flatten the presentation. And now it is asking me what I want to name my PDF file. So you can see over here it has auto-filled the same name that I have for my presentation. So I'm just going to keep that name the same, and I'm going to click on OK. Now if you're working on a PC, then the PDF will be saved to the same folder that your presentation is in. If you're working on a Mac, it will be saved to your desktop. And also if you're working on a Mac, you may need to give permission for it to access your desktop so that it can save it to the desktop. it'll bring up a message asking you to give permission. Okay, so now it's saying that exporting is complete. Do I want to save this flattened version of my presentation as equivalent fractions matching game flattened? That will obviously only appear if I have this option selected over here. In this case, I'm going to say yes, because I don't want to overwrite the editable version, the unflattened version of this file. It was saved automatically before the flattening was started. So I have got the most recent version saved without the presentation being flattened. And I don't want to overwrite that. So I'm going to go and click on yes. I do want it to save it as flattened. Okay, so now I'm going to go and have a look in my folder. So in my folder, you can see I've now got the original file that I started with, and I've also got a PDF, and I've got the flattened copy of my file. So if I go and look at the PDF, let's just have a look at what is here now. Okay, so on my PDF, I have got my covers over here, which have been automatically moved into the places that I had with my placeholders. And you can see that the links have now been changed and the UTM codes have been added to those links. So they are now much longer than what they were originally. And over here I've got the last one that I selected as well. And then here I've got the rest of my folder, or the rest of my file, which we're not going to worry with. But all of these links have been preserved. They are all clickable. Even though the presentation was flattened, all the links have been preserved. Okay, so I'm going to go and close that. Okay, so on a PC, you also have the option of using your OneDrive folder, which will then automatically sync with OneDrive so that you have a backup. But some people were finding that this was causing a problem, so I have changed the code slightly for if you've got your presentation in a OneDrive folder. So I'm going to just go and show you. If I put this presentation in my OneDrive folder over here, and now I'm going to go and open it. Okay, so when you are working with a OneDrive, a file that's in your OneDrive folder, the add-in is not able to access the OneDrive folder in the same way that it can with normal folders that are on your computer because it's online. So instead, I have changed the code so that if it detects that your presentation is in a OneDrive folder, it will rather save to the desktop. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to save, or I'm going to export. I won't bother with flattening this time, it'll just be quicker. Okay, so now I'm going to go and export my PDF. So now if I go and look on my desktop, you can see that this PDF has now appeared here. It's the one that we just saved, and there I've got my PDF over there, which has all the links that it's supposed to have, and the products have been moved into position like they're supposed to. Okay, now sometimes it may happen that you or somebody for you has moved your desktop into your OneDrive folder as well. Now if that happens, then obviously the add-in will not be able to use the desktop in the same way that it's not able to use the OneDrive folder. So what it will then do is it will save your PDF to your user profile folder. So to find your user profile folder, you open your File Explorer and go to your C drive. In your C drive, click on Users and then select your user profile. Now in my case it's Demo 11 because my computer happened to be a demo laptop in the shop. So that's just the username that it came with. So I'm just going to go and open that. Now, if it has not been able to save to the desktop, it will save your PDF into this folder. So what I would recommend, because it'll be a pain to go to this folder all the time, go into your users folder and click on your user profile folder, which in my case is Demo 11, and copy it. So you can use this copy button over here, or you can just press Ctrl C, and then go to your desktop, right click, and select Paste Shortcut. Now if you do that, then anytime you need to get to your user folder, you just click on there and it will automatically open up that user profile folder, and you'll be able to access anything that has been saved there by the add-in. That is if you are working on a PC. If you are working on a Mac, then it will save it to your desktop, and you will probably have to give permission for the add-in to actually access your desktop to be able to save something on there because of the Mac sandboxing that is in place. Now I want to quickly show you that you can also choose to save only selected slides as your PDF. So if I wanted to save specific slides only, then all I need to do is go and select those slides. Now you need to be careful when you are using this export PDF button. You need to be careful about having a slide selected accidentally, because if you have a slide selected accidentally, it will only export that slide as your PDF, because any slides that are selected are going to be exported as your PDF, and any slides that are not selected will not be exported as in your PDF. So in this case, I have selected only a few of my slides, and I'm going to go and click on Export, and I'm going to click on OK. Now it's giving me an error because I already had a file with that name. That's the one that I saved previously, so I'm just going to cancel and export again, and I'm just going to change that and put a 1 on the end just so that it has a different name. And now when I go and look, because this is still the example in the OneDrive, so I'm going to go to my desktop, and now you can see that I've got a new one over here. This is the one that was just saved. And if I open it up, it only has 4 slides because I had only selected 4 slides. And so those are the slides that have been put into the PDF. So you can also export a PDF that contains only certain slides from your presentation if that is something that you need to do. Okay, I hope that has been helpful, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you. Goodbye.